Welcome everybody to the second episode of Comics and Consoles. I'm Barry White Hansen, the epitome of darkness in musical format. And with me, as always, is my co-host Winston Hodges.
Hello.
And below Winston, we have none other than the greatest nine-toed Jexican in history. He makes a damn fine quiche. And he's dressed quite well. Carl the Jexican. And Winston, who did you bring with you today?
Oh my goodness. And I've got with me a very funny comedian, former employee of Gamestop, and just a swell boy with a dirty room, Paige Campbell.
Mm-hmm. All correct, yes. I think you meant to say assistant manager of GameStop. Thank you.
I figured I'd let you do that. I figured I would let you name drop.
That's right. I was assistant manager. Show a little respect around here. Made $11 an hour, baby.
Ooh, that's trade-in money.
Yeah, well, they offered to pay me more. I could have had 13 store credit.
Did they pay you 13 in store credit an hour?
Yeah. I decided to go with the cash.
That's so absurd. You can either have health insurance or some store credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, your benefits were all the buy two get one coupons that you want.
Yeah, you don't need health insurance. You have infinite lives.
You have Game Informer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's no overtime. It's just pick a game out of the $5 or less.
Yeah, there's no overtime.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're working for copies of Halo 3 ODST. That's what
you like Disneyland Adventures for Connect? We got 20 copies.
Yeah, I sure do. I sure do. It was awesome. It's such horseshit that they're still like taking a lot of trades during COVID. Like, it's insane that every single GameStop employee hasn't gotten COVID yet. It's fucking insane.
We need more.
Like, that is the most heartless company
for the Wii.
Yeah. They just do not give a shit.
I love it.
Because there's none more dirtier than a GameStop customer.
And employee.
Yeah, and employee, to be fair. But I'm saying the people trading the stuff in, laden with COVID.
Dude, there was one time when Paige was still working at GameStop, and I just came in because I was just in town, and I was just talking and hanging out with him. The fucking customers that come in there, man, it is unbelievable. What I had to watch you put up with for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
My friend that used to work for a GameStop, there was a Target nearby.
It's just also Paige.
There was a crackhead that used to come in, and he would bring in like 20 copies of whatever the cheap game in the bargain bin was. So he'd be like, "Dude, like nobody has 15 copies of sealed Modern Warfare 2. Like, what's going on?"
That's awesome, dude.
And that's not even. There's so many copies of that game. They'll give you 10 cents for that game. It's not even something they'll give you money for.
I did like watching people go in and you just be shopping, and then you would just hear someone getting visibly angry at how little money they're getting offered for what they thought was going to be $40. It's like, what do you mean? This game was $30 new.
It's only $10.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I miss it. No, yeah, my favorite story is we had this cocksucker of a training manager named his name was Gene, and he would just come in every once in a while and just like spout like the GameStop rhetoric, just like he's like, you guys aren't hitting these ridiculous marks because you're just not having conversations. He's like, next person that comes through the door, he's like, I'm gonna show you. He's like, have a conversation, just ask him what they've been playing. And we had this like special needs school near us. And the kids would come in all the time, which is fine. But we could tell when they came in. But one of them started coming in, and Gene was like, watch this. I'm going to have a conversation. So she comes in, and he walks up to this girl, and he goes, hey, how you doing? What have you been playing lately? And she looks at him with like wide-eyed and goes, I like Pokemon. And he just like turned around and said, "Fuck that," and walked out the door and just peeled off.
I like Pokemon.
Yeah, I like Pokemon just with nothing going on.
I love it. Oh man. Well, yeah, that's the show, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's
all we ask for
it. We do Adult Swim length episodes, 9 minutes, and then a commercial break.
Thanks for tuning in to Fuck GameStop, the podcast.
Yeah, brother.
Do you just do no video, Barry White?
What?
No,
You
he's
just do no video?
so people can see it on the stream. We can't see it in this because he's too good for it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he's too good for us.
I don't know if you guys saw, but PlayStation 5s and the new Xboxes are already breaking.
Yeah, I saw it, baby.
Not surprising.
I sacrificed 3 goats to make sure it happened.
I saw it was Call of Duty.
PS5.
Really? Is it Call of Duty that's doing it?
Yeah, it's hard breaking their consoles. Call of Duty is hard breaking consoles right now. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Is it because it's too cool?
It is about the Cold War.
The game's too good that it's breaking. That's insane. Do they know what about the game is doing it?
Just that it hard crashes the console. Breaks it.
That's so
That's
cool.
awesome.
So they got replacement consoles for free, but you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks, if not, a little longer. There's no stock.
Is
And
that the only game that's doing it?
From what people know, yeah, it's the only game.
And of course, you've got Activision, which they're with their money-heavy models are just like, well, just buy another console. I don't see why you can't buy another console.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. They're like, actually, if you play Call of Duty, in order to play it, you have to spend $500 on this loot box, which is just another console.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pay to play, baby.
So that's why there's none on the market right now.
It's like the first one's a tax write-off. Like, that is a total Activision model, which is like, for every 1 copy of Call of Duty sold, 2 PS5s were sold.
Yeah. The attach rate is 2 consoles per game.
It's the reverse attach rate. It's like,
Yeah.
That's what you call maximizing your profits.
Yeah, that rocks. That rocks.
my God. I wonder, hopefully that's a problem they fix, because I can also see down the line they don't, like, if it doesn't get fixed, like, oh, it's the game. And then people are just buying PS5s. They're like, oh, bargain bin Call of Duty.
Yeah. You can get it for your enemies. For all your enemies. You get them a copy of Cold War.
Yeah, dude. The Trojan horse is a fucking...
I mean, COVID is basically the new Cold War. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's right.
Dude. Killer joke, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
That sucks. That's really lame. I don't know. We were talking.
It does suck, but it's also awesome. Just because, like, did you see the picture of the people that like?
Well, it's awesome because I don't have one.
GameStop.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The people who put their bed in front of GameStop and slept and got a PS5, that rules if their console got bricked. It's fucking great. You know what I mean? It's just like, how mad I would have been, because Black Friday always sucked. Dude, if someone put a bed in front of my store when I was still working there, I would have been so mad. It wasn't sleeping bags. It was a bed.
Carl, do you want one? Do you have one?
PS5? No, hell no. No.
Are you not a console gamer? Are you a PC Master Race guy?
Yep. Demon Souls is the only thing worth playing, in my opinion, right now on it, and it's not really enough to justify spending $500+ on a console.
That's perfectly fair. It makes honest. Do you not want to play the new Miles Morales, or just because it's also on PS4, you're like, you don't fucking need it?
I'm not.
Or do you just hate Black Spider-Man?
Yeah, that's what it comes across as to me. Is that
if you don't buy a PS5 with Miles Morales, you're a fucking racist. You heard it first on Comics and Consoles.
Yep.
That's right.
Not a fan of Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
I'm not the biggest fan of Spider-Man.
That's a hot take.
Wow. Yeah. Why not? Why are you not a fan of Spider-Man?
Because you look like inspiration for Peter Parker.
Well, I've heard Miles Morales is harder because the cops attack you since it's Black Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he can jump higher.
I've heard it's harder.
Oh boy.
Spider-Man's ever been with him?
Who's your favorite superhero then, if not Spider-Man?
Ooh, I mean, I wouldn't consider the Punisher an actual superhero, but I mean, I'm a big fan of Punisher. Right?
Okay.
Like,
Nice.
you catch me on Netflix, I'll rewatch that shit all day. All right.
Punisher is pretty cool. It'd be sick if they made just like a violent ass Punisher game. I know there was a PS2 one, but like a modern Punisher game.
I have the one from that generation. You get to torture people.
That's pretty sick.
Like you like put people's hands in vice grips to get them to like answer questions, and I'm like,
that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I'm glad my mom didn't see me playing this game because it would have been taken away.
It's like either the second or third mission, you can shove a guy in a wood chipper. Yeah,
nice. Hell, is it good though? Is it like well made?
If I remember it correctly, it's the type of game where the gameplay's good enough that the violence it makes it a good game. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Where it's just like the violence is kind of like that Manhunt game, which I thought had terrible controls, but I remember loving it.
But it's cool to put a bag on someone's head and snuff their life out.
That in State of Emergency, dude.
State of Emergency.
PS2 had like a lot of games that were just like, holy, like even looking back on it now, if someone came out with State of Emergency now, I think it would get more shit than when it first came out.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome though.
Oh my god! What about you, Barry White? Do you want a PS5 at some point?
I mean, at some point, but I'm kind of with Carl in the sense that there's not enough games to justify spending the money on it right now. I'm one of those people that always buys the console the generation after. Like I buy poor. Like the PS4 now. That is true.
So you're a poor guy.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm one of those guys that sleeps outside in the rain.
Yeah, I'm kind of one of those guys that begs for food.
I pulled my power from an Arby's parking lot outlet.
Yeah, exactly. The guy that exclusively has to game when Arby's is open.
I mean, I definitely want one. If you can see, I got the PlayStation logos going down the arm. I'm a PlayStation douche.
Yeah, dude, that looks pretty good. Did you get a new set of Sharpies?
Yeah, that's not a tattoo. I do this every morning. Hell yeah. You caught me on one of the off times I'm not in Joker pain.
Oh, man. Yeah, I want one eventually. I was really stoked to get the Switch when it came out. That was cool. That was a good time. Paige helped me with that, with the hookup.
But I mean, that launched with Zelda, so it's like, I want to play Zelda. Like,
Plus, it also wasn't $500.
True. I would be cool with the digital one, which is $400.
But it's like, if you think about it, at that cost, like you could get a Switch and then like Zelda, and then still had $140 to blow on something else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. What's going to be the next? Because when does God of War come out?
They say like holiday 2021, so it'll be a while before, in my mind, there's something I need to play. But yeah, once God of War's out, because I want to play Spider-Man, but it's also on PS4.
If Horizon was out, I would probably try to get that console sometime after the first of the year.
Now,
that was originally going to be a launch game, but
COVID.
Have they said anything about
I think because of COVID.
PS5?
What'd you say?
Have they said anything about VR for PS5 yet? Like, because I know they had it on PS4.
That's a good question. I don't believe they have.
But the PS5 will suck your dick.
That would be sick.
They don't talk
Dude, if
about
it would suck your dick, I would definitely.
But that's only on the $500 one. It's not on the digital one.
Yeah, you have to insert it into the disc drive.
Your disc-shaped penis.
The disc drive just looks like a vagina. That would be awesome. Just looks like a fucking page.
Yeah, all the PS5 games are just on cylinders. Put them in there.
Yeah, that would be sick, dude.
They sell it as a $70 Apple attachment.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It's actually more of a vacuum cleaner hose that goes on the.
Well, you know what I was thinking about with the delays on the games because of COVID? I saw like a bunch of people gamers are the worst, but I saw a bunch of people like complaining, and they're like, oh, like the studio's too big for us to like be open safely. Like, don't you care about our safety? And it's like, no, we don't. You know what I mean? It's like the country is allowing you guys to shut down. It's like they're making us go back to work at Kmart. We're fucking poor gamers. Just give us the fantasy world so we don't want to blow our heads off.
Yeah, dude, it's a PS5 with a pussy attachment, and the commercial still greatness awaits.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man.
But it's so funny them trying to appeal to like gamers, like humanity. It's like, don't you care? It's like, no, we just want cyberpunk. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, brother.
We don't want you to be safe at all. We want you to.
Not to mention,
Same thing with those
programming
articles about the
happens
long
on
hours.
computers. It's
What do
like,
you say?
programming happens on computers. It's not like you're in the same room. Like, you can still design a video game and not be in the same room.
100%. Yeah.
Barry, have you ever had training from a Zoom call? Right now, I'm actually having like Vietnam flashbacks. Like Filipino trainers doing work from home, it was not fun. It's not fun to work remote.
No, it's not.
Paige is doing
currently-
it. Paige
Yeah, it
teaches
sucks.
people.
Oh, damn.
It's fucking awful.
He teaches people how to like virtually right now. He said it's like one of the worst things.
It's very bad. Very, very bad. Mm-hmm.
Oh
See, all
my
I have
God.
to deal with is just teaching boomers how to use Zoom for my job. Because it's like
Mm.
these boomer CEOs and stuff where you're like, the microphone button. It looks like a microphone.
It looks
See, I'm
like-
jealous that you at least have Zoom though. Like mine is this crazy, like weird.
Oh,
it's
you're not
called
even using
WebEx.
Zoom?
No,
Oh,
it's this
wow.
crazy, like weird, like system that like barely works. And it's so complicated. It's all like older people. It's like it takes so long just to explain how to like do something. It's so brutal.
That's ridiculous. Damn.
Yeah, it's not great.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'll get a PS5 one day, but I'm not concerned about it.
Yeah. I mean, until there's a library of games enough to where it's like, I mean, if there's not 5 games that I want to play on it, it's pointless for me to spend the money on it.
I will say the console's bricking did make, because this is like the first time in a long time where like a console came out and I didn't at least attempt to try to get it at launch or like in the launch window. But the console's bricking, I was like, I felt better about it. Like I didn't feel so bad. I was like, I'll spend this money on. I think I ordered Link's Awakening because I haven't played that yet, and I'm excited.
Oh, nice.
And I ordered like a couple Switch games that are in my backlog that I need to play instead of a $500 console.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's like me with Steam. I have literally 75 plus games on Steam that I haven't played, but I constantly complain I don't have anything to play.
Yeah, of course.
I wish that there was like a constant. So my thing is like I don't like starting games. So like I think the sweet spot of games is when you're 5 hours in to about 10 hours. Like that middle part where you're still like that's really.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for a future where I can download a chip in my brain to know how to play the game 4 hours into it, and then you can just start a game and you drop halfway through it. That's what I
Yeah.
want.
That would be sick. You just instantly know how to play.
You actually know how to play, and you know the first 3 chapters of the game, and you're just dropped into the part where you've done half the skill tree, but you still have half of it to go. When you have half the
that would be
skill tree,
sick.
that's the best part of every game. The middle is so fucking good, but it's the beginning.
It'd be cool if relationships worked like that too. You don't
Agreed.
have to deal with bullshit dates.
None of the
It's
shit at the
like,
beginning.
you're dropped halfway in. She already kind of hates you. But we're together. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Microsoft recently bought Bethesda, and Bethesda's been working on Elder Scrolls 6. Now, initially, my concern was Fallout 76 came out in such a shitty state that I felt like Elder Scrolls is going to be the same way, but me and Carl have been playing 76 for the past week, and they've actually fixed a lot of the stuff.
It only took 2 years.
Yeah.
Is it fun now?
It's actually really fun
apparently
now. I
it's
mean, if
pretty
you
good
like
now.
Fallout, like
I do like Fallout.
pretty chill, and like nobody really plays the PvP side of things because that's still unbalanced. So you're pretty much just playing a Fallout game with your friends, which is really nice.
Interesting. Yeah, that sounds enticing because I do like Fallout a lot. I don't have friends.
I'll be your friend, Paige.
Thank you.
All I know is I murdered a level 5 character at like level 25. I had no remorse whatsoever for killing that character.
God.
Zero remorse. He left after that. That was brutal.
Sounds sick. Do you know if it's crossplay, Barry White?
It's not crossplay, unfortunately, which is weird because
That is weird, yeah.
it's all VAT system. In the VAT system, you don't even really have to aim now, so it's all hip firing. So literally, like aim
Nice.
with mouse and keyboard and stuff doesn't matter.
Damn, I wish it was crossplay.
What's the deal with the Bethesda thing? Like Microsoft doesn't own any of the good games, right? Like they just paid a shitload of money for like what Bethesda might do in the future.
Well, I think they own the rights now, if I remember correctly. Like
They own. Oh, sorry, Barry.
No, go ahead.
They own ZeniMax. They bought ZeniMax as a whole. The entire company, ZeniMax. Like they own everything ZeniMax owns completely. They bought it for what was it, 8 billion? Just dropped the fat check on 8 billion ZeniMax complete buyout. So anything ZeniMax owns, Microsoft owns. Like, Elder Scrolls Online even.
But like the next, like will the next Elder Scrolls and stuff? That's not going to be Microsoft exclusive, is it? Like,
Yeah, they made it sound like they're not going to do any of the huge titles as exclusives.
So that's what I
I
was
think they
trying to figure
technically
out.
could, but they're not going to.
Which is dumb to me. That why would you
Yeah.
not do that?
I mean, agreed, yeah.
Yeah, I get the money thing, but it's like I think Microsoft's biggest problem, less so than money, because they can operate at a deficit with the Xbox, is more so there's no fucking good games on it. It's like to me, it's more the console exclusive things where it's like, all right, like what's gonna make me buy an Xbox? I don't know, Elder Scrolls, exclusive Fallout, exclusive, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
Yeah.
But now it's like, no, you can still get those on the PlayStation.
Yeah, no, if they made them exclusives, like I'm a big like Fallout fan. And I mean Elder Scrolls is great too, of course. I'm not an Xbox guy at all, but I would consider getting an Xbox if like those games were only on Xbox, but Phil Spencer came out and basically said like, yeah, we're not really going to do any of the huge games. As he said, like the most extreme is they may do like some timed exclusives, and I'm like, okay, like I'll wait a year if I have to, but if you're going to eventually put it on PlayStation, I'm sticking with PlayStation.
It said they bought ZeniMax for $7.5 million in cash.
Million? That's not right.
Or no, billion in cash.
Okay,
billion.
yeah. It's like,
He's a 7.5 billion. I mean, the question becomes: do you guys think those properties are worth that much? Because I think they're great games, but
I think Bethesda
that's
sucks.
a lot of fucking money.
So
I
I don't
know.
care.
Well, just
They
like
used
Disney
to
paid
be
$3
good.
billion for like Star Wars.
And look at
Fallout's no bigger than Star Wars.
Yeah, true.
So what falls under that umbrella?
Elder Scrolls, Fallout. What's the other one that they have under there? They got rid of the card game, so they don't have the card game anymore.
Is
they have,
Doom?
like,
Yeah,
Doom.
it's
Doom's
software.
another one. Yeah.
Yeah, Doom, Wolfenstein.
Okay, Doom's good.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, Doom's sick.
Wolfenstein. So, I mean, they got a decent amount of franchises that are doing relatively well. Gears of War.
That was already Microsoft.
Yeah, but that was already an exclusive.
Yeah. True.
Dishonored. They get Dishonored.
Not my cup, but I know people like it.
So we got
Yeah, I
Angel
think
in
all-
the chat, and he says, "My dad loves Elder Scrolls and would be devastated if he couldn't play on PC." As would we.
I mean, yeah,
That's
totally.
the thing.
That would be a huge part of the fan base.
It's all Microsoft exclusivity anyway, so it would be PC release because they're already doing Fable. Fable's day one launch PC too.
Yeah.
New Fable game. Super hyped for that. I want to have my 6 wives and murder every shopkeeper and person in their house to own every building. Yeah.
I was never
Fable's
a fan
pretty
of the
sick.
Fable series. I never could get into it. I don't know why.
All right, I'm heading out now.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Microsoft, Joe. Your father's going to be upset he can never play again. They told me they gave me an exclusive, a comics and consoles exclusive. Elder Scrolls is actually they're completely changing the format of the game. It's now a puzzle game, and
Lots of microtransactions. Lots of
nonstop microtransactions. You have to get 3 scrolls in a row. You get bubble points. They're called bubble points. And,
Fallout's now a kart racer.
Yeah, and you can only play it on the Google Pixel phone. It's actually so.
It looks like Dishonored. The Dishonored series is another one that they will own.
But if to me, it's like I look at that whole thing and I'm like, okay, if you're telling me everything in those series are now Microsoft exclusives, or at least console exclusives, because I could see where Microsoft would want to put on a PC, whatever. But it's a console exclusive to Microsoft. I'm like, that's an amazing purchase. But if they're going to still license it, I'm not buying an Xbox. There's no, Halo is the only game that's an Xbox exclusive that I ever look forward to in every console generation. And that's just because I grew up playing Halo and I love it. But it's like, what the fuck is Microsoft doing? Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense,
Well, they have the Game Pass for PC now for Xbox, which is kind of nice because it makes it to where a lot of the console games that you would want for Xbox, you can just play it on your PC anyways.
You see, I don't think you PC people should have access to those games.
Right.
Like, if you want my honest to goodness truth, I don't think you should have access to them. Like, I don't. I'm not about that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And that's fair. That's fair because
you got plenty of PC games I can't play on my consoles. I think that's part of the fun is you pick and missing out on, because if you can have everything, that's lame. I don't want that. I like to be missing out on something makes you care more about your system, care more about your games, adds more to discussion. But yeah, I just don't. You heard it here first. PC gamers shouldn't have access to consoles.
We're canceled. We're canceled.
Do I have to build another computer and send him one at this rate?
Yeah, exactly. Send him a PC.
Is that what he's asking for? Once I hand out?
And when you do that and you build my computer, I will use it to pre-order the next Nintendo console.
It'll make a great stand for my new console.
Yeah.
This is great. I can charge my Switch with it.
Sure.
So I mean, I was initially worried about the Elder Scrolls. I think it'll be good, but I think we're gonna see the cyberpunk, like not only the hype around it, but on top of that, the pushbacks. Like it's gonna be 6 different delays on it. I think easily.
Agreed. Yes, I agree with that. I hate this trend of them announcing shit when they know it's 3 or 4 years out. It's like, don't let me know until it's close. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I even felt like that about the Marvel movies and stuff when they're like, Avengers is coming out in 2025, and it's
it's like I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
All that does is make me sad because I think about how old I am when those things will come out. Like when someone's like in 2028, I'm like, I'm going to be almost 40 years old. I almost assuredly
care. Jesus Christ.
So Ingo says the Xbox exclusive for. Oh, what did you say, Carl?
I was gonna say you just at this rate, at 40 years old, you probably won't even be able to hold the controller right. Doesn't matter.
You're probably right. I won't be able to hold a controller. I'll be so weak. I'll have to switch to PC.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. All right.
I'm just kidding. Don't dox me.
I love that the concern is I won't be able to hold a controller. Not I won't be holding my wife and kids.
I'm realistic, Paige.
Yeah.
And I know that my biggest fear will be crippling weakness. At 38. But what were you saying, Barry White? You had something you were saying.
I was saying. Ingle was saying that the Xbox exclusive for Elder Scrolls 6 is a Khajiit skin of Blinks the Time Sweeper.
Dude, okay, so I like Blinks, so I'm glad that Mike Engel said something about it. I'm cleaning out my house, my mom's place, and getting rid of all these old clothes. I found a Blinks the Time Sweeper shirt from 2001 that I got at the first MagFest.
Nice.
Yeah, I went to the first two MagFests and haven't been since they were in Williamsburg in the fucking shitty hotel. And I went with my dad and I was like, I gotta have this Blink shirt. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah. I love the mindset is always like, I have to have this shirt. It's still obscure. And then it's like, yeah, no one's going to know what the fuck
No one
it
cares.
is. Yeah.
So yeah, thanks, Mike, for Angle mentioned Blinks, man. Blinks is a great concept for a game, but it was so slow. I wish they would bring it back. I did like it. It was fun. Nathan, Barry White, have you ever sorry, I almost peeked behind the curtain there.
God damn.
Fourth wall broken. God damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah, you could never be Robin going out with Batman. Like,
well,
Bruce, what do you think? It's like, no.
Well, I could see Barry White. Have you played Blinks, Barry White, or Carl? Are you like familiar with this game at all?
No, I mean, I got an Xbox for Christmas when I was younger, but I never played Blinks though.
It's literally like it's Blinks the Time Sweeper, and he's just like a cat that time travels, and you suck shit up into a vacuum, but you can control time. So if you get killed, you can hit rewind and fast forward and stuff, but you move really slowly. And like I went back and playing it, and I remember it being fast paced and fun. And then I went back and played it like a little while ago. It's just like so slow moving. But it's a cool character. They made like two of them. There's a lot. I love the original Xbox. That is like one of my favorite underrated consoles. It got a lot of pretty cool and interesting exclusives on it, which is crazy because Xbox decided to never have those again. But
so this wasn't an Elder Scrolls thing. This was
it's him making a joke about an obscure
okay.
Microsoft thing, and that's all you get. I see you, Angle. I see your reference.
Back on Xbox, Conquer Live and Reloaded. That was my
Conquer Live and Reloaded. There's another platformer that's really good called Voodoo Vince and Stubbs the Zombie.
Yeah.
Stubbs the Zombie is fucking really, really cool because it's set you're a zombie in the 50s and you're eating people's brains and killing the military, and all the songs, the soundtrack are songs from the 50s re-recorded by artists in the early 2000s. So like Weezer does one, and there's like a couple other bands that do it. So they're like playing, I think Weezer plays Mr. Sandman or shit like that, but it's pretty fun. So that stuff's cool. And now Microsoft is just like timed exclusives. Oh, it's on everything. Oh, don't worry. Ori's on Nintendo now. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh wow, this does have a pretty solid soundtrack. It's got Cake on it. Ben Queller, Phantom Planet, the Dandy Warhols, Flaming Lips. Yeah, Death Cab.
It's pretty cool. It's a good game. I've got it in the basement and never to be touched again.
That's right.
I'm about to sell all that shit, dog. That's actually what this podcast is going to become, is me running it like an auction for my retro game collection.
Well, yeah, like one of those like call-in channels.
Call in if you're trying to get Stubbs the Zombie. Free shipping.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
What was the game that Beswick liked from Xbox? That Death Disc game or whatever?
Death Row.
Death Row, that's what it was.
Yeah, Death Row.
I know he's really into Sea of Thieves, too. He fucks with Sea of Thieves.
He does like Sea of Thieves. Death Row is fucking like Murder Ultimate Frisbee.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We played it on Comics and Consoles back in the day. But Beswick used to play it all the time. And he was like, I used to play this game. And I was like, well, I literally just bought it at Second and Charles. I didn't know that because it was like $3. And when I was like, oh, yeah, I'll buy every original Xbox game. That's an exclusive. Why the fuck not? Why not? Why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not?
Yeah, dude.
It's a great way to live life. Why the fuck not?
Exactly. We were talking about consoles earlier, and we talked about like consoles that we were excited about coming out. But what is y'all's favorite console controller that's ever come out?
Ooh.
I'll get mine in a second. Go on.
He'll get his in a second. Oh, that means he has it near him. All right, here's the thing. I think it's going to be a gag, and there's no way this guy does not have the Steel Battalion controller.
Yeah, Steel Battalion or the Resident Evil chainsaw.
Dude, my money's on the Steel Battalion controller.
Yeah,
I hope he can't hear me. My favorite controller of all time I am a big fan of the Super Nintendo controller. It's very nice. I think the Super Nintendo is a nice controller.
Yeah, agreed.
But I will say that my personal favorite for me is I loved the Dreamcast controller. I really liked how that fit in my hands, especially when you put the card in and it had the little bit of extra weight to it. For me, it's just I really like the weight and stuff of that. But you also can't go wrong with like, I mean, honestly, man, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller is really nice. Like, so like
it is.
That's a really nice fucking controller. But
yeah.
What about you, Paige Campbell?
Probably just say the DualShock. DualShock 3, I guess, if I have to be specific, because DualShock 2 was great, but then 3 was wireless.
2 is a great. 2 and 3 those are great controllers.
Yeah, and I like the DualShock 4 a lot as well. So just in general, the DualShock. I haven't touched a DualSense yet, but I'm sure it's great because it's PlayStation. Either that or like, I don't know, one time I bought like a Sasha Grey pocket pussy. That was pretty nice. That was a pretty good controller. I enjoyed that. It's a controller.
Yeah, for your joystick, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nothing beats the good old joystick.
Except everything. It's like the worst control.
I was talking about in a penis sense, or masturbatory sense. Yeah, nothing beats the joystick.
I know. What about you, Carl?
Got this bad boy right here. It's the remake. The Duke.
You bought the remake of the Duke?
I did. It even has the little Xbox logo lights up when you plug it in. It's pretty badass. But when you get older, you kind of realize once you got big hands, the Duke is for you. It's literally as a perfect controller for a big hand man.
As a fellow with very tiny hands, it is my arch nemesis, the Duke.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It is. It is a problem personal to me.
They don't call it baby hand hazards for now.
Oh, dude, yeah. Baby hands, dog. Have these very tiny little hands, soft features.
Yeah, that is a controller made for Americans.
Yeah, I had an original.
I would imagine it not very popular in Japan, but dude,
that's why we did it. We actually used to airdrop Duke controllers over the Middle East, so they thought American soldiers had big dicks. We did that right after 9/11. We airdropped the Duke. I had an original. I also really liked the original Xbox controller that wasn't the Duke. I guess the S controller. I don't remember what the fuck they called it. Like that one fit really nice in my hands. I had an off-brand one that I think was a Mad Catz controller, rest in peace, and it had a fan in the back for sweaty hands. Wow. Like air conditioning your hands, dude. I remember thinking it was
pretty cool.
So fucking cool.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, a fan. Wow.
Hell yeah!
I'm a fan.
You turn that on, bitches' pussies got wet as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right.
They're like, oh, my hands are sweaty. And I'm like, hold on, baby.
Yeah. WAP stands for wet ass PlayStation.
Yeah. What about you, Barry White?
I'm with you on the Dreamcast controller. That was one of my favorites. Just the size was perfect. I liked how it didn't have like huge chunky things for your fingers. Like it was very like compact and like I liked the removable memory card that had its own games on it and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
the VMU, man. I just really liked the weight it added to the controller. Like with it in, it was the perfect weight. Like I just really for me. But man, there's been a lot of good control. What's the worst one?
Definitely Wii.
No.
To me, the Duke's up there.
We all know it's the Nintendo 64's controller. That shit was garbage.
Man, I don't know. I like the N64 controller.
Those sticks drifted harder than the Joy-Cons did.
Yeah.
You needed 3 hands to play.
Well, the 64 controller was good for games Nintendo made. But
other people
like
trying to
party
make
shit.
just like, God damn it.
Yeah. Well, even GameCube, like the GameCube is a great controller for the system, but yeah, like you try to play Tony Hawk on GameCube, and it is so hard compared to playing on every.
The Wii U gamepad's kind of dog shit too.
Yeah, the gamepad's not great. That is funny, getting mad playing Tony Hawk. This is BS nose grind.
Yeah. Because like
Hell
the
yeah.
button placement is just weird on a GameCube. So you try to play Tony Hawk on it, and it's just like, this isn't what I'm used to.
Yeah, which is already a hard game. Like just making a game like that harder.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is too easy.
Because they definitely had Tony Hawk on N64 too. Which
Oh
is just
god,
like
yeah, that must be
yeah.
terrible.
But see, I think the Wiimote's dog shit. Like, I think the Wiimote
yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
is bad.
When I found out you could use a GameCube controller on the Wii for the Smash that came out on it, I was so happy because I was like, I want to play Smash. Melee's too expensive, but I can get Brawl like $15. Like,
Yeah. I agree. I think that it was a game changer at the school I taught at, because I would bring my GameCube controller in and make the kids play with the Wiimotes, and I would just womp their little asses. Dude, it was
take that,
awesome.
Billy.
Well, yeah, because it would just be like, I'll just play as Ike and just fucking smash these little motherfuckers all over the map, dude. That's great. Oh my god. The Wiimote's not responding. I'm like, oh, I don't have any problems with my GameCube controller.
Giving them batteries on 18% in their controllers.
There you go.
If you say the Wiimote's not responding 3 times in a mirror, Reggie Fils-Aimé shows up and shows you Wii music. Gives you a demo of Wii music.
Dude, I bought Wii Music. I was hyped for it, and I was like, but I didn't see the E3 thing. I just saw Wii Music, and I was like, this is kind of cool. You can make music, and I got it, and I was like, this is dog shit. I felt ripped off. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah. Now we're even for Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, dude, that's where Wii Music is there. Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, they got us back.
Yeah, we actually. Yep, they have a memorial for it in there. Oh my god! What else you got on the docket for us, Barry White? We're closing in on an hour.
Favorite underdog game, like game that you think is phenomenal, but maybe wasn't like a critically acclaimed release. It could be past or present.
Ooh, what hidden gems?
Well, to go present, I'm gonna say Vampire. Anybody else play Vampire?
You're a big
No,
Vampire
but I've
mark,
heard
dude.
It's good.
Vampire was cool as shit. Yeah, I feel like that's definitely gonna be one of the hidden gems from like the PS4, Xbox One era. Really, really cool. They do a good job of like, because obviously vampires have to drink blood. They do a good job of like.
It's my vampire impression page.
Yeah. It's a good vampire.
Dude, what if that's how vampires in Twilight had to suck blood? Just
Yeah.
How to do it on the game.
Oh no, yeah, they do a good job because it's like an RPG. So like, you get experience points from sucking people's blood. But if you talk to that person for a while and like build a relationship, you get more experience points because it's like more evil if you like if you know them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like really like smart the way they did it. One of the few like RPGs where like I care about like each character because you get invested in the storylines.
Damn, dude.
It's good. I recommend it.
Ingle said Primal Rage was his.
Primal Rage is good. I think my hidden gem is Call of Duty for the PS5. Now, a lot of people don't like it,
but hear me out.
Carl, what's yours? And I'll say mine in a little bit. What's your hidden gem?
Is it really so much a hidden gem? It was it's Watch Dogs, the first Watch Dogs.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was. Release was not exactly the best. I played it on PS3 back when I got it released, so it wasn't like a terrible game to play. Definitely had a good story. I felt like it had a good story. I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
So that's not really a hidden gem, but more of a.
Well, yeah, but the underdog thing, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It did get like panned kind of critically, and like, I agree. It was solid.
Watch Dogs.
I
didn't play it.
Well, my opinion on it was there were some really, really fun side missions. I didn't find the story to be that interesting.
Engaging, but the missions themselves were fun.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about The Division 2. I thought the gameplay was fun, but the story was just kind of
Yeah.
What's yours, Barry White?
I'd say past games. I'd say Rescue Embassy Mission for Nintendo. Just because for its time, it just had so many different mechanics in it, which was like for an NES game, it was like one type of style of play and that's it. And they had 3 in that game, which was kind of cool. And then present, I'd probably say Dragon's Dogma. It was one that nobody really liked because when it first came out, there was no fast travel. So people were kind of like, I'm running this huge map.
Yep, that's a game I wouldn't buy.
Yeah. But it was one of those ones that I went to GameStop after I finished Elder Scrolls, and I was just like, I want a game that's kind of like Elder Scrolls, and the guy was like, well, this game's good, you just got to get the Dark Arisen version where there's fast travel, because otherwise you'll hate this game. And I got it, and I fucking loved it, and so did my girlfriend. We both played through it, and thought it was awesome. But yeah, it was never like a huge game, and it has a lot of the same mechanics as like Shadows of Colossus, which is really cool.
Ooh.
Like hanging from monsters and stuff and slaying them, which is cool.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't Dragon's Dogma more of a Souls game though, in that sense?
Kinda, but it's not like a Souls game where you die 4 million times.
I was gonna say, is it hard like a Souls game?
Yeah.
Not as, no, definitely not.
Right. Good, because I don't fuck with that at all. I can't. I'm not good enough at games. I play games as an escape, not a like. I don't like. Every time I've ever like picked up one of those games and played, my moments like, when do I just get to go back to work? I'm ready to go to work now. I'm so done getting my ass beat by these demons.
Yeah, I mean, some people are into like BDSM too. I think that's the Dark Souls sexuality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I have sex because I want to feel good.
Dark Souls is BDSM for people that don't get pussy. Mine would be, I'm gonna do 2 old ones, and they're both. First one is a RPG for the Dreamcast. That they did do a re-release on the PS2 called Grandia 2. It's my favorite RPG of all time. The battle system's great. It wasn't panned when it came out, but it was a game that came out, and I was like, "This is going to be a perfect 10." And then you read it, and it's got like a 7.5 or an 8 or whatever. Combat's great. Like I think JRPG combat can get incredibly boring. But the way that the combat worked, it's a mixture of turn-based and like in game, and like there's certain like you can position yourself on the map because your character's like running around when you do something, and people can dodge you, and it's really good, and the story's fine for a JRPG. Like you actually care about the characters, and I think it's only like I think you can crank through it in like 15 or 20 hours. So it's not like so it's great. That's definitely for me. Apparently the PS2 version has a lot of bugs, and it doesn't look as good as the Dreamcast version. But the Dreamcast Grandia 2 is a really great game. And the other one is, if you guys like strategy RPGs like Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff like that, one of my favorite PS1 game is this game called Vandal Hearts, which is a strategy RPG. Like the sprites, they're great. They look amazing. There's different like career paths for each of your characters. So if you're someone who is an archer, you can go down an archer path. You can go down this path where you get like wings and stuff. There's all. It's really cool. It's super fun. The graphics aren't the best graphics, but it's also really like whenever you kill someone, blood just shoots everywhere.
Hell yeah!
Like this, and it's really cool. And that's another game you can go through in like 15 or 20 hours and still get a good story in. But yeah, I'd say Vandal Hearts and Grandia 2. If you haven't played them, I try to pick those up. Grandia 2 is really fun, Paige. I think it's
Grandia 2.
Yeah, it's very good. It's a super fun game.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check it out.
I'm gonna play that.
Said Kingdoms of Amular. Did anybody like Kingdoms of Amular?
What is that? Explain to me, Carl, the Jexican. Tell me what the fuck this is.
It's, I mean, it actually sits right where Dragon Age would sit in quality of story.
Okay.
It's not, like turn-based or slow-paced combat either. It's, live. You got a hack and slash sort of vibe.
It's like an action RPG. Like that's what it kind of falls under. Okay.
Yeah, it sits more in an action RPG. It's really story rich. Definitely something people definitely need to try and play.
Okay.
Don't buy that remastered version, I swear. Really?
The remaster's bad?
Bugs. Lots of bugs.
And what's the game called? I'm gonna look it up so I don't forget it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I never played it. Oh, interesting.
It's before EA fucked everyone over.
That's cool. Oh, this looks cool. Yeah, I've never.
Yeah, I
heard of
wish
this
EA
before.
wasn't such a shitty company because they do have some cool games. I really liked that new Star Wars game.
You know what it stands for, right, Paige? Everybody's assholes. Did you guys know that that's actually what it is? All right, folks, we're here.
Nice.
We're here all week.
So, anyways, we're nearing the end, and they just recently announced that Oscar Isaac, who was in the new Star Wars movies as Poe, he's playing Solid Snake in the new Metal Gear movie that's supposed to be coming out.
Nice, dude.
What do we think? Do we think he'll do good?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's bad casting. I'm honestly not a big Metal Gear guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say my big thing is I think Metal Gear fucking sucks. So, so I think the movie will be better than the game. That's what I'm thinking.
Will we be able to follow the movie? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because everyone says the stories are impossible to follow. Great point.
I like Oscar Isaac though. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think he'll be pretty good in it. But yeah, not a Metal Gear guy at all.
I love Metal Gear, but the only thing I worry about it is I worry that he's not going to nail the voice. Like he's not going to nail like the Snake voice and mannerisms, and I'm afraid he's just going to turn it into Christian Bale Batman. Like swear to me.
So the best Batman. You're worried he's going to turn it into the best representation of the character on screen.
Ooh, Ingle suggested the dude that plays Bill the Butcher from The Boys would be a good Solid Snake.
Carl, is that Carl Urban?
I think so, yeah. That would be good.
Mike, I don't know if you've seen, you need to watch, if you like Carl Urban, you should watch Dredd. He's awesome as Judge Dredd. That movie is so dope. Carl Urban is a great actor, so I'll give that to
The Boys is insanely good.
Yeah,
I love The Boys.
Definitely one of my favorite shows that has come out recently.
I need to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I highly recommend.
That and
I need to watch it, but I heard you can
canceled.
only watch it on PC. So I want it on VHS, dude.
Strictly analog, baby.
Yeah, can someone give me The Boys on Betamax? I'll watch it. I'm stuck in my ways.
I'll find you some RCA cables.
Thank you, please. Thanks, Carl. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be. I do think that Metal Gear probably has the. At least I don't know. Metal Gear feels pretty ripe for being turned into a film.
For sure.
Like it's the world that I'd be like, okay, this would be kind of fun to watch, and I think he'll be fine. I'm more concerned about who's the director and who are the other like screenwriters and stuff like that, because that's kind of like, because what do we want? Oscar Isaac to be the best part of a bad movie, or or for it to be a good movie and us complaining like Oscar Isaac didn't really nail the Solid Snake part?
Yeah. It's like it's like what was it? Street Fighter the movie, where they're like, we got Raul Julia and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and like, okay, and then the movie was absolute trash.
Just dog shit.
I mean, here's a question: what do you think is the best video game movie? Because there's not a lot of good ones, really.
I like the first Mortal Kombat a lot.
I didn't think the first Mortal Kombat was bad. The second one is terrible. But
I also like bad movies.
Yeah.
Like, so I like Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Yeah. I think it's funny.
Annihilation is so bad that there's like scenes that you can.
You're just saying it because Jax is in it and you're fucking racist.
Yeah. No, I'm saying straight up. There's a scene where a guy punches with his left hand and the guy's head goes the wrong direction as he falls over in the next shot. Like it's like shots like that where you like you can tell they just didn't care when they were filming it.
But they put
that
some
rules, though.
But they put some characters in it I liked. Like I like Jax, and they had Cyrax in it, and I was like, and I like Cyrax a lot. Like that fight scene I thought was really cool. But also like I loved it when I was a kid. Like when Mortal Kombat Annihilation came out, I was 9.
Yeah, fair. I mean,
and I was like, yeah, baby, let's do this. But
so
those are cool.
brought up the Super Mario movie. What did we think of the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Like literally, like one of the best video game movies you can actually have. Literally, they actually did a better job than that than anything else. Really, honestly, it's kind of. I know. I mean, the bar's not exactly high, but
I think it's. Have you guys ever seen any video game movies that you think are unwatchable? Because I think even the bad ones are really like that. Like Double Dragon is a really kitschy and shitty movie, but it's
really
like
bad.
I
fun
don't think I've
shitty
seen
to
Double
watch.
Dragon.
But I
You know
think
what
that's
was actually
fun
solid?
shitty.
Was the Tomb Raider movie. The recent one, like 2015.
I didn't watch
something.
that one.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
I have to check it out. Like Doom was silly.
Yeah, Doom. Yeah, hell yeah.
I didn't think Resident
Semper
Evil was
Fi,
bad.
motherfucker.
I didn't think Resident
Oh,
Evil
okay.
was
Then
bad,
I completely forgot about those. Dude, I fuck with those movies.
Yeah.
Those movies are pretty cool.
So that's right up my alley. Mila Jovovich and zombie movies, which are my favorite type of like horror movies, and then nonstop stupid action. It's like I can veg out and watch that. Then I gotta say the Resident Evil movies. I think those are really fun.
Okay, all right.
Well,
I think those are pretty good.
I'm trying to think of what other video game movies there's been that have been absolutely.
There's Silent Hill, right? They got
Silent
Silent
Hill,
Hill.
yeah.
I saw the Final Fantasy one in theaters.
Silent
I
Hill.
forgot they did a Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, how was that? I never saw that one.
I think people went in thinking like it's gonna be like the video games, but it's like no, it's just in name alone. They literally were just like, it's Final Fantasy, and just like every Final Fantasy up to that point, we'll have different cast of characters and all these different things, and it was fine. Like it's not as bad as people say it is, but it's also like the budget on that movie. And then, like, how shitty it was compared to the budget is unbelievable.
Max Payne, I forgot that was a movie. Mark
Oh,
Wahlberg.
I
Never
forgot they
seen
made
it.
that too.
Marky
What's
Mark.
Anyone see the Assassin's Creed movie?
Bits and pieces. What I saw, it was shitty.
Rampage. Did anyone watch Rampage?
Rampage was tight. I did see Rampage.
Rampage is a game movie.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, but what story do you have for Rampage to make into a movie? They kind of had to wing it with that.
Which I'm okay
Yeah,
with.
I mean, it was basically just a Godzilla film. It
They're
was-
like, fuck it, throw the rock in there and call it a day.
yeah, it
all these,
was
like,
pretty cool.
But there's all the like the shitty movies that like I haven't even seen yet. Like because I'm looking up now, I haven't seen the Blood Rain movie. I haven't seen Tekken or Far Cry. But there's all like, House of the Dead. That's a fucking terrible movie. That might be one of the worst ones.
That's Dark had a film? I had no idea.
Yeah.
We forgot about Sonic the Hedgehog, didn't we?
Ooh,
That was like it's actually probably.
I liked
I haven't
it.
seen it, but
I liked it. When they redid the fucking character model, I was like, okay, I'm on board. I watched it. It was not bad. There's a Ratchet and Clank movie that's okay. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I've been meaning to watch Sonic. I've not yet.
There's a Five Nights at Freddy's movie that's supposed to be coming out.
I fucking
Weird.
That's Freddy, dude.
Which, I mean, that the lore in that is good enough to where I feel like you could make a decent film. Like you could
They're
make a
also doing an
decent horror
Uncharted
film.
movie, which I think will be sick.
Barry, I don't know if you've ever like read some of that lore. Some of that shit's really sick and twisted.
Oh, it's really fucked up. I did a
what?
series for like 2-3 days where I just streamed Five Nights at Freddy's games, and learning the lore of that shit is pretty fucked.
Yeah, my students loved it, and I was like, I can't get on board with this. I wasn't a FNAF guy.
It's about a dude who literally killed children.
Yeah,
and like,
literally.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the dev that made it was actually, he made Christian video games pre-making that game, but people
Hell yeah,
thought
dude.
his character models were so fucked up and weird looking that they were like, these are scary. So he's like, all right, I'm going to make a scary game then, and that's how that game was born,
Yeah.
basically.
That's funny as shit.
Biggest indie franchise now at this point.
Yep.
Sorry,
Ooh.
CD
Funny how
Projekt.
people will complain about that, and it's just like, yeah, I mean, when you were doing Christian shit, you were showing a guy nailed to a cross, like beaten up and like bloody and shit. It's like, why is that okay to show to kids?
What's a we can close on this because I think this will be a good closing question. What is a series of games or a game that you want to see made into a movie that hasn't been done yet?
That is a good question.
Like, what is one that or just, it doesn't have to be super well thought out, but just like, I think for me, I think a good like kind of kids movie was, I think a Banjo-Kazooie movie would be really fun.
I can see that.
Like, I think, or I could see that as like a cartoon or something like that. That or a Spyro would be the two that I think would be fun because you can make it funny enough for like the parents and like similar to what the Sonic movie was like. What about you guys? What about you fellas?
I think if they did Assassin's Creed right, I think it could be cool. If they would delved into like the Abstergo stuff and all that, I think that could be a cool like kind of sci-fi thriller type movie.
Okay.
If it was done right.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I'm going to be that guy, and I'm going to just say it. They need to make Knights of the Old Republic into a movie. And
That'd be cool.
don't you
That would be
dare
cool.
use those sequel directors, writers, and don't get Lucas on the books. You got to do it. Bring Lucas back.
Cool.
Oh, Mipsy did bring up a good one, Bioshock. That would be a great one to make into a
Ooh.
Ooh, Bioshock would be sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I
dude.
think they said they were already working on it, but like God of War would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, that would be a really cool movie.
Yeah, God of War would be fucking killer, man. Fuck.
Horizon Zero Dawn would be cool.
Yeah,
Turn that into a
Horizon
movie.
would. Horizon's. Yeah, all that stuff would just be so fun, man. I think it would be fun. Well, maybe it'll happen. Who knows? But what do you think, Barry White? It's a good time to close up shop on the stream.
Yeah. This has been a great podcast.
It's been a good
be
one.
sure to check out Carl the Jexican on Twitch. I'll put a link to his Twitch channel on the YouTube and the podcast links. Check out Paige Campbell on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all that. He's everywhere. It's just not at my shows, which is
OnlyFans.
why I have to say, where's Paige at every show?
Where the fuck is Paige?
At one time he showed up.
Yeah.
Showed up one
I know.
time.
That is the highlight of my career, to be honest.
Yeah,
That song
exactly.
makes me very, very happy.
Yeah, Paige loves him, man. Well, yeah, we'll be off next week because Barry White's got real grown-up work shit to do.
Yep.
But then we should be back every Sunday around this time, correct, Barry?
Yep, around 5, unless we've got like a guest that's like from overseas and it's like 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, he
for them
texted
or
me that
whatever.
and was like, hey, there's sometimes where we might have someone from overseas and we got to do it at a weird time. So my sleep schedule is going to be fucked. But yeah, man, follow me at Winston H Comedy. Check out all my shit.
Yep.
These
And
two.
be sure to check out comicsandconsoles.com. Shoot us a subscribe on there. Yep. And we're also on all the audio streaming platforms now. So
Yeah.
iTunes, Spotify, all that shit. You can get the audio version too.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
Get
this
your
has been great.
vaccines. Wear your masks.
Thanks for having me,
next time.
boys.
Love you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
All right. And we will see you in not next week, but the following week. Take care, y'all.
Later.
Bow, 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 bow.